Hello, all you lovely people out there. How is everyone doing? I am Kate Hill and I am here as always to give you the best unbiased and honest commentary on property, along with fantastic hints and tips. Today I've got an area feature for you, and this time it is Newcastle in New South Wales. Stay tuned. Now, if you want to download my free area report for Newcastle, then click on the link below. I'll share all the stats, housing market details, and what makes this area so compelling. Okay, so where are we? We are north of Sydney, above the Central Coast. It's about 2 hours by car, traffic depending, and you can of course also fly directly to the local airport. Newcastle's history has been built on coal and steel, but since the closure of BHP's steelworks in the late 1990s, the whole city's been undergoing a transformation, with the last 3 years proving a major renaissance. A substantial and growing portion of Newcastle's economy is now based around the service sectors, though its port and interaction with the Hunter Valley remain important. Data from the ABS indicates that the Hunter region is the largest economic base in New South Wales outside of Sydney. Newcastle is Australia's 7th largest city and one of its oldest. It has a busy harbour, many beaches, plenty of elegant historic buildings, and Fort Scratchley's Australia's only fort that went to war. Accessible within a 40-minute drive of Newcastle are the surrounding areas of Lake Macquarie, the Hunter Valley wine country, and the holiday destination of Port Stephens. As a quick summary, Newcastle has a rising economy, benefiting from major new projects in the city and the nearby Hunter region. Extensive urban renewal in the Newcastle CBD is drawing a new corporate trade and tourism, giving it one of the lowest office vacancy rates in Australia. Other key projects keeping the economy strong include residential construction, defence contracts, and upgrades to transport infrastructure, together with significant expansions to both the Newcastle port and the university. Newcastle is already the world's biggest coal export port, and major upgrades to export facilities occur quite regularly. The port also handles aluminium, iron and steel, grain and wood chip exports. The port contributes $1.5 billion to the economy and employs 9,000 workers. A $1 billion upgrade to the Newcastle Airport and RAAF base is also underway. Affordable prices relative to Sydney, an overall solid growth record, and major impetus from economic activity in and around the city. In terms of some of the highlights that interest us property investors, we have got a key regional centre for New South Wales, the world's largest coal export port with a $5 billion coal loading terminal, a $1 billion upgrade to the RAAF airport base, around $1 billion in residential construction, upgrades to Newcastle port rail links, and a $350 million revitalisation of the CBD. Newcastle's economy has changed significantly in the past 2 decades with the growth of digital technology, the service industries, and advanced manufacturing industries. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, there were many indications of strength and growth for Newcastle's local economy. In January 2020, immediately prior to the pandemic outbreak, the official unemployment rate in the Newcastle region was at a historic low of 3.5%. The continued challenge for the city's development is now how to transition to a more diversified, resilient, and sustainable local economy. The growth of local world-class research institutions such as the University of Newcastle, the CSIRO, and the John Hunter Health and Innovation Precinct, coupled with a vibrant entrepreneurial sector centred on renewable energy, advanced manufacturing, health technologies, defence and aerospace, as well as the creative industries, are new and growing opportunities. As the CBD undergoes a major transformation, with older buildings being replaced with residential high-rises, new retail facilities, a light rail system, and university campus, spending on construction has been substantial. In the 3 years, 2017 to 19, $4.6 billion was spent on residential and commercial construction across the Newcastle LGA. Work on revitalising the CBD began back in 2014 with the transport interchange at Wickham, opening in 2017. The interchange is designed to integrate trains, buses, taxis, light rail, cyclists and car drop-off and pickups alongside a light rail service from Wickham to the beach. The Hunter Street Mall is undergoing a serious makeover, transforming the CBD into 50% residential, 50% commercial and retail. Newcastle CBD has undergone extensive urban renewal in these recent years, leading to a buoyant economy and leaving Newcastle with one of the lowest office vacancy rates in Australia. That's quite something. Employing around 2,500 academic and admin staff, the University of Newcastle is one of the region's biggest employers. It has a main campus at Callaghan with 27,000 students. In 2017, the university opened a $95 million facility in the CBD, adding another 3,000 students. The state government is implementing plans to move sections of the university into the CBD to help revitalise the inner city. Key projections for the university over the coming decade include increasing its student numbers to 40,000, making it one of the top 3 regional universities in Australia. Plans to redevelop the John Hunter Hospital at a cost of $780 million were unveiled in August 2019. The hospital employs 2,500 people and has the busiest emergency department in New South Wales. It is also the University of Newcastle's principal teaching hospital. The proposed upgrade will deliver jobs boom for the Hunter by creating 7,800 jobs. The Hunter Valley is a key area for mining and power generation. It produces 80% of New South Wales's electricity and 40% of the state's coal resources. Coal is the big employer in the Hunter Valley, with 41 different mines employing around 14,000 workers to drive the local economy. The Port of Newcastle is the largest coal port in Australia, exporting approximately 165 million tonnes of coal per year. It also handles fuel, grain, bulk cargo, liquids, project cargo. More recently, the port's uses have evolved to match the changing face of the local economy, including opening a high-tech naval shipyard. There are now plans for a world-class container terminal at the Port of Newcastle, which would create another 15,000 jobs, boost the state's economy by $2.5 billion and slash the transport costs for regional exporters. Another major employer is the airport. The Newcastle Airport runway is shared with the RAAF base, Williamtown, which means civilian operations coexist with a military airfield. As of August 2017, the airport has new facilities that will allow the introduction of international flights. Around 3,500 military and civilian personnel are employed at the RAAF base. March 2022, the federal government announced that $66 million had been allocated to upgrade Newcastle Airport's runway to international standards. On completion, it will allow the airport to cater for larger international aircraft. Newcastle's population in 2021 reached 169,000 and is expected to grow to almost 200,000 by 2041. The Greater Newcastle and Hunter region has a population of around 747,000, which is expected to grow to 863,000 by 2041. Urban renewal projects and proximity to Sydney are among the drivers behind the property market growth surge. Development applications worth around $1.8 billion were approved by the City of Newcastle during 2021. The big ticket development applications were predominantly in Newcastle's west, Adamstown, Beresfield and Merewether. A large number of unit developments have also now been completed in Newcastle CBD, turning Newcastle into a major source of jobs, as well as a desirable and quite affordable sea change location. Affordability relative to Sydney remains a key part of the impetus in this market. Many Newcastle suburbs have median house prices below $800,000. Long-term growth rates remain strong. Many suburbs have delivered 6% growth per per year, but the recent growth spurt has nudged several of these even higher. Rental returns are pretty good, especially when compared with some of our major cities. Many Newcastle suburbs offer rental returns in the 3 to 4% range. Vacancy rates vary across the city, of course, and with new dwellings coming online, a rise in vacancies can be expected in some areas until that stock is absorbed. However, in a general national trend, vacancy rates fell sharply across the region in 2020 and 2021. At present, vacancy rates are very tight, with most being well below 2% and several postcodes are under 1%. Now, don't forget, if you want to download my free area report for Newcastle, then click on the link in the description below. I will share all of these stats and, like I said, those housing market details, what makes this area so compelling, and much more. Now remember everyone, like I always say, different areas are doing different things at different times for different reasons. Not all property markets perform the same, and they are not all suitable for every investor. I'm going to keep talking to you about all things property, so don't forget to hit subscribe, click on that like button if you are enjoying all the free content, and I will see you all soon. Bye.